Alright, y'all, so this is it. This is what we are going to be creating. Absolutely beautiful, simple set. So let's just jump right into it. This is my old set. I am going to remove all of the gems. I'm just using an old cuticle trimmer that kind of became dull. So bought a new one and I decided to use this one for gem removals as I've gotten really keen on using gems for some reason. But I'm going to go ahead and pop those off. Then I'm going to start with my barrel blue ceramic bit. Now this will take product down really quickly, so I would recommend being very careful with something like this. Of course, I am just removing gel polish, but I do want to get as much of it off as possible, as quickly as possible. But again, you do want to be very careful with this bit. Once I feel like I've taken down enough product without going all the way down to my natural nail, I'm going to switch to my safety bit. I believe this is a finer medium grit, and like I say, this is just to go a little further down to the natural nail and remove a little more color. You'll notice that I do end up leaving a thin layer of base coat. There was no need to take it off. It was still holding strong. Once that is all complete, I'm going to go in with my cuticle clean bit. I believe this was just from Amazon. Most of these are just from Amazon. And I'm just going to go around my cuticle area. This is safe to use on the nail plate, so of course, I mean, it's to get the cuticle off. But I'm going to take a quick pass through all of the nails. And then I'm going to do the same thing going in reverse. So now I'm going to go in with this itty bitty, I can't call it a comb bit, and I don't want to call it a flame bit. Don't even know where I got it, but my big toes here, as you can see in the corners, tend to collect a lot of cuticle, and I love this bit. It gets it out like you just would not believe. It is perfect. It is a diamond bit, I do know that. And like I say, on my pinkies as well, it really helps to get into the nail fold that I have there near my cuticles because they are so deep. And I want to make sure that I'm removing, all the dry skin. We don't need any of that. Now I'm going to switch to my actual red abrasion flame bit, and I'm going to do the same thing, just go around all my cuticles and make sure that everything is off. Now with this one, I don't always touch the nail plate. I mean, I might nick it every now and then, but this is really just folding my cuticle up so I can remove it in the next pass, and just to make sure everything has come off smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead and clean those off, and then I'm just going to go ahead and start filing down the length. They're a bit too long for me. I wear a lot of tennis shoes, but yeah, just, file down the length, get them to where I like them, nice and smooth. Round out my corners so my C-curves don't start bothering my skin. And now I'm going to go in with my buffer bit. It's just a buffer ball bit. I believe it's red or blue abrasion. I am going to just buff up the entire cuticle around the side walls, as well as where the C-curve, your free edge meets the skin under the C-curve, just to buff all of that up and get rid of more dry skin. Now this I never touch my nail with. There's really no reason to. The cuticle was lifted. Sometimes I do have to pull back the cuticle a little bit to reach it properly. But I love this thing. It really softens up the skin around there and allows all of your oils to penetrate when you're done with your pedicure. So of course I'm just going to dust that off, and then I'm going to clean them really well with alcohol. Want to make sure I'm keeping my nails very free of any oils to make sure that my pedicure lasts. I don't really like to do my toes all that often, maybe once a month. And of course I just like to get in those cracks and crevices. So I'm going to take my own personal hydrating oil, and I'm just going to get into those nooks and crannies as well as possible. And then I'm going to wait 24 hours before I actually complete my pedicure, just because I want to give my skin some time to really soak in that oil and give my nails a little time to breathe. I mean, they look healthy, they look really good, they're still really white. I'm not a fan of acrylic and monomer, but I think gel overlays are perfect. So now I'm going in with this gel polish and my favorite striper brush or liner, whatever. And I'm just going to outline all of my nails except for my pinky. But basically, I'm not really worried about, symmetry here or perfect lines. I just want to coat my outline, cuticle, and sidewalls as well as possible, because I'm kind of going for like an inverse stripe French, and it'll all make sense when you kind of see what the next step is. But one thing I did notice that I forgot to do after dehydrating my nails was putting a base coat. So once I'm finished lining all of this, I will go in with my base coat, and it's not going to protect me from the possible bleed from this super black polish, but it is going to help my nails, just give it a bit more even finish. So when I put the second color on, they just look nice and smooth. So here is my base coat. It's an Uno strong base coat. I believe it's a rubber base coat, and I absolutely love it. It levels out so beautifully and just leaves a nice slick base so you can add your polish. And I do add some on the pinky just to give it a little more strength. So once that's finished, I'm actually going to use this color from the Beatles Bear collection. And now I'm going to paint the inside of that French. And I did it this way because I didn't want to really worry about clean lines, just a little hack I use. And you can see this color is absolutely gorgeous. It's like the perfect nude for anyone. And you really only need one coat, but because I did have that black underneath, I went in with a second coat anyways, but I didn't film it. I know it can get boring just watching me paint the same color multiple times. So once I'm finished with those, like I say, the second coat, I did go through and I really refined that line and made it how I wanted, just to make it look nice, real slick. And this is how they looked. I'm absolutely loving them already. So once that is dry, I'm going to take the same black polish and my green daughter tool, and I'm going to use the thinner pinhead to create a couple of dots. I'm going to use the opposite end of the same detail brush that I was using earlier to create my heart. I love these detailer brushes. They were inexpensive and they work like a charm. I absolutely love them. Then I'm going to take the opposite end of the same daughter tool, and I'm going to make some larger dots to begin my heart. And using my detail brush, I'm just going to drag it down and do the same. And so once those have been cured, I want to go ahead and add a heart gem and some Swarovskis. So I'm going to use my iGel Beauty Jewelry Gel with my daughter tool. And I'm going to put a nice thick layer. I like to use it a little thicker than normal because I really like, you'll see here when I push it down, I'm going to slow it down. Right here you can see that lip kind of pop up, and that really helps the gem stay put. So I'll take my daughter tool and kind of smooth out the edges, just making sure that my gem is fully in place. And I'll do the same thing with this one as well. So once that's complete, I'm going to use this Beautilux rubber matte wipe top coat. I love this stuff. It is super velvety. It is, I don't know if it's velvet or satin, but it is the best one I have ever tried. So I'm going to go ahead and coat my nails in this velvet or this matte top coat, whether it's velvet or silk. I couldn't really tell you. It's just a beautiful finish. I'm going to do this on all of the nails that don't have gems. And when I am done with the ones that don't have gems, I'm going to go ahead and go through and use my detailer brush again and go around the nails with matte top coat. Now once that is complete, I do pop it in the lamp for 120 seconds as instructed, and then I'm going to wipe them off. This is a wipe matte. So if you're doing, different designs or pixie with matte underneath or something, this might not be the best one to use. But this is the complete look, and I'm absolutely loving them. So let me know what you think, you guys. Leave a note down in the comments if this is a design that you would do yourself. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and we will see y'all in the next video.